I'd say for sure that, without the support of my family, I never would have been able to make it this far in my career. And I mean, I tell you what, my dad and I have freaking butted heads like you wouldn't even imagine. I guess it made me headstrong. And, my dad just, he did it because he wanted the best for me. And, there's tough times, a lot of yelling and not talking for a day or two. And all in all, he just did it because he wanted the best for me. And, I appreciate everything that he's done and the rest of my family's done. And, I think I've just, stayed up here in this area because it just helps me stay grounded. And, with them helping me get through school, I never would have been able to get to where I'm at right now in my career. And to say I have a degree on top of that, it just puts the icing on the cake that much more. Growing up, I always just kind of assumed riding was just fun and I never was going to make anything out of it. I wanted to be pro and do that, but my dad was a professional trials rider and worked full time. He would just take time off to go practice on his lunch break and then go to the events here and there. So, I thought that was what my life was going to be like. And my dad he was a heavy duty diesel mechanic, so he was like, make sure you go to school so you don't end up like I did. So I always kind of, messed with my dad on his cars as a young kid and in the garage working on motorcycles. So I just was like set in stone. I was gonna be a mechanical engineer. That's what I'm gonna do. So right out of high school, I went to junior college. I wanted to be at home so I can still ride. And, it would have been really tough to go to a 4-year right off the bat and probably would have got sucked into partying and like a bunch of other friends, they kind of just quit riding when they went to school. So, I was still focused on that, and I think that's really what helped me make it was, I still have my family to help kind of, they were driving to races and I'd fly in because I was at school. So that was really, really awesome. I never would have been able to do it for sure. Racing, I was kind of making money here and there the whole time, and then it was almost kind of, when I started going to the state schools, when things started getting better for me, just because I was getting better deals, better rides, my results were getting better. And, I think going to school was tough, and a lot of late nights and lab reports and group projects, but, it helped me really kind of crack down and put the focus forward when I needed to. And, my schedule was completely wacky, but whenever I had that time to ride or train, I was freaking putting in the work for sure and not slacking off. It was only a couple years of my life, and now I get to enjoy it. So, a couple years ago when I first got my degree, we brought it up a lot. It was talked about at Red Bull during the live feed for Erzberg. They actually did a whole piece about about me leading up to it, and it just made it so much better that I got on the podium right after that. But, people are so surprised to hear that I have a degree, and on top of that, a mechanical engineering degree. That they don't really give those away. They're a pain in the ass to get. I think it's really neat when I'll go to an event, where it's a race or a sponsor thing, and people come up to me and they don't congratulate me on my race winnings. They go, "That's so awesome! You got your degree while riding." So I think that kind of means a lot to me when people say something like that, and it makes me feel like all the work was worth it.